Hi and welcome. I'm Maya. Thanks for joining today. We are going to be moving through a 15-minute yoga flow, and our focus today is on the hips. So all you need is your mat, yourself, and maybe a pillow. So go ahead and find a comfortable seated posture to start. Well, let's find that comfortable seat and sit up a little bit taller. And if you're starting to feel a little bit of tension in the hips already, if you feel you're sinking back a bit, then go ahead and grab that pillow and sit up on the pillow to lift your hips a little bit up. Resting the hands back down, let's go ahead and close our eyes and take a deep breath in. Taking that deep breath out of the nose or the mouth. Good. Just start to notice how you're feeling today, any sensations that are coming up, and just start to tune in to the breath and into the body. Take another deep breath in. We'll start to count to 4 as we breathe in for 2, 3, and 4. Breathing out for 2, 3, and 4. Again, breathe in for 2, 3, 4, and breathe out 2, 3, and 4. You can stay right here or gently place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, starting to really connect more to that body. So feeling the belly rise as you breathe in and the breath moving into the chest as well, and breathing back down. Try that once more. We'll carry this breath throughout our practice today. Beautiful. Softly release your hands. We're going to move right into our tabletop. So if you had that pillow, just gently remove it and come on up. Feet to one side, hands underneath the shoulders. Gently press your hands down, spreading the fingers and looking down to the knees, making sure there's enough room to move back and forth as we move into our cat and cow. So starting to lower the belly and lift the chin. Take another breath here. Keep that breath moving. As you exhale, start to round the back, lifting the shoulders up as you exhale. Breathing in, letting the belly drop, the heart reaching forward, the shoulders roll back. As you exhale, start to round the spine. Lower the chin to the chest. You can look at the knees or the navel. So as you start to move the spine back and forth, you may start to notice how your hips are feeling here. They're kind of like little stress magnets, right? They're the center of our body, so when we move them, we may start to feel some parts of the body that are tight as well, and vice versa. Our back is connected to our hips, so if we're sitting a lot, we may feel that tightness in our back, and it may travel down to our hips. So let's just take a moment, observe here with our breath, back and forth into our cat and cow. Awesome. Let's move right back to the tabletop and start to move your hips down and to the right. We're going to move into some circles with the hips. So back and to the right and back to center, over to the left as you exhale. Hips back and to the left. Inhale back to center and over to the right. So you can keep this going kind of back and forth, or you can start to circle your hips over to the left, all the way back and forward. So let's just try that. You can close your eyes, feeling into the body as you make these hip circles, noticing anything that's moving or feeling a little restricted. Nice. Come back to center, and then we'll go the opposite way. So over to the right, back to center, and over to the right again. And you may feel a little different on either side, just depending on your body, how you're feeling today. Beautiful. Let's come back to center, back to our tabletop. And then from here, extend the right leg back behind you. Take a pause, breathe in, breathe out. And we're going to lift the right leg, bend the knee, and just start to draw that knee into the chest. Draw it over to the right and back behind you again. Take a deep breath in. Inhale, knee to the chest. Exhale, reach it over to the side. And reach it back. Inhale again. Just try it one more time. It may be a little challenging, but just really noticing how the hips feeling and moving today. Go ahead and rest that back down. Let's try the other side. Left foot back, pressing into the heel. Really feel that leg begin to open. Take a deep breath in, deeper breath out. And same thing here, lift that back leg, starting to draw that knee into the chest. Exhale over to the side and right back out. So moving just kind of how it feels. You don't have to go in any specific kind of way, just moving it around in a big circle. Noticing how that hip is feeling compared to the right, or maybe just observing how it's feeling in general. Go ahead and lower that knee back down. Resting in a child's pose, bring the hips towards the heels, and you may invite that pillow back under the heels or back under the hip, just to add a little bit of cushion there if the hips aren't connecting to the ankles or the heels. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, let's rise back to table and find our downward dog. So connect the palms to the ground, tuck the toes, lift the hips high, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Go ahead and pedal through the feet a couple times and observe how the body feels. You can do a little scan in your down dog from fingertips up the arms, up the shoulders, and through the hips, really feeling into that hip space, and move it all the way down to your heels. Let's take an extra breath. Inhale. You can even open the mouth and breathe out of the mouth a little bit. Awesome. Bend your knees. Let's look forward to the front of your mat and step on up. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out as you exhale, folding towards the ground. Let your head relax. Sometimes we're looking at our pretty toes here, but let's just drop the head back and look at our knees or the wall behind us or whatever we see behind us. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now let's shake out the arms a little bit, just releasing some of that tension, and bend into the knees a couple times. Just bending the knees and straightening. Awesome. From here, bring the hands to the hips. Slowly rise up. Take a deep breath in. Beautiful. And reach those arms towards the sky. Ground through the feet, gazing upwards. Exhale, palms to the heart. Deep breath out. We'll try that once more. Inhale, sweep the arms up, breathe in, and exhale, palms to the heart. Nice. Inhale, reach the arms up one more time. This time, start to reach for the ground, palms through the midline all the way down, reaching for the ground. So you may not touch the ground, but you can bend your knees to get there and plant those palms, stepping the right foot far back. So bringing the fingertips right to the top of your toe and lowering that right knee down. Here we're going to start to move into the hips a little bit more. So if you feel that right knee a little iffy, just go ahead and add that, maybe a blanket, maybe a rolled up mat. You can roll up the back of your mat here, or just find a little extra cushion for yourself and sinking into the hips. So your hips may be a little tight and you may not be able to lower quite as far, but just feel anything you're feeling here and take a deep breath. Deeper breath out. Beautiful. So starting to move a little bit side to side, maybe a little more, a little less. And then from here, plant that right palm and lift the left palm up to your left knee. So resting it there. As you exhale, start to look over the left shoulder. Take a deep breath in and a deeper breath out. Wonderful. So we're going to scoot that left foot over to the side. We're going to find our dragon pose. So moving that left hand to the inside, both hands on the inside of your foot. Take a deep breath in, a deep breath out. So optional to stay right where you are. Maybe it's a bit much. You may want to scoot back a bit. You can move your hands back and ease out of that left knee. If you'd like to go further, you can lower forearms to the ground. But most importantly, just find your breath here. Observe what you feel. And feel free to take a breath. Maybe open the mouth and release that breath out. Nice. So easing out of this, we're going to step that left foot back, meeting the right. Move the hips a little bit side to side. Take another few breaths here. Just let your hips come back to neutral. And just observe, how's that feeling? What's happening in that space? A little wagging of the tail. And we'll switch sides. So stepping that right foot forward, however you need to get it there, maybe a little help with your hand. And we'll ease into this lunge. So same thing, use your body. We'll start to talk to you. So use that tool of communication and just really breathe into that space. Take a deep breath in, a deep breath out. And plant that left hand. Right hand up to the right knee. Start to look over that right shoulder or just somewhere over to that right side. Take a deep breath. Deep breath out. Optional with your left foot, you can tuck it under or keep it where it is. And we'll walk the right foot over to the side. Go ahead and lower that right palm down. Take a deep breath in for your dragon pose. So maybe you're feeling a little bit more fiery on this side. It's talking to you a little bit more, so you can ease out of it. Find your breath. So hips would go back to ease out of it. And when you're ready, maybe it's a little bit more open with each breath you take. You can come back in. Now, if your hips are open and a little bit more ready to release, then you can move to forearms. If you're like, oh yeah, right, that's never going to happen. Our bodies are different, so honor where you are with your body and what it's telling you is best. Take one more breath here. And as we move out of this, let's be really mindful. Let's move our hips back and ease out of this, pressing that right foot back. Ooh, should feel a little bit more released in that area, in that hip space. Awesome. So from here, take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift your hips up, find that down dog. And we're going to lift our right leg high. Take a deep breath in, a deep breath out, rolling the ankle, spread the toes wide, waking up that left leg as well. Gazing back at your left knee. Bend the knee, open the hip up to the sky, bending that right knee, maybe pointing it up to the sky, or just start to roll that knee around in a few circles. As you exhale, lower that right foot down. We'll switch. Bending the left foot, reaching the left foot. Take a deep breath in. Now we'll start to roll the ankle, spread the toes, and take a deep breath. As you exhale, bend the knee. You can reach and rotate the hip over to the side, or reach the knee towards the sky and start to make some circles. Find that breath. Let it kind of move your body for you, so you're not pushing too far. The breath is helping assist with that. Take another breath, and we'll exhale, lower the knees to the ground, release the toes, and find our child's pose. Let's turn the palms up, just a little rotation for the wrist. Forehead reaching down. Take a deep breath here. A long breath out. So here's a beautiful place to scan the body and just observe. How are you feeling in the hips, but also maybe in the back, maybe in the shoulders, just a little scan all the way down. Joining the palms together, reaching the hands behind the head if they go there. They may stop somewhere in between, but just reaching the palms towards the back of the head. So this is a really nice release for our shoulders as well. Depending on where you are, you can maybe bring your elbows a little bit further out or a little bit closer in. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. We'll rise up from here, find our tabletop, bring your feet to one side, and let's move to a comfy seat. So send our feet out in front of us. Wiggle the knees a little bit, take a deep breath in. A deep breath out. We're just going to fold forward from here. So reach the arms up as you breathe in. As you exhale, lower hands down. Let them draw back. So our shoulders, elbows draw back. We'll take just 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly lift back up, take a deep breath. Moving back to our hips, let's draw the soles of our feet together, and you can reach for the ankles, lift the chest tall, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, keep that length as you fold forward. You may be stopped here. You may be able to go a little further. We'll take a nice deep breath, a deep breath out. Inhale, bring yourself back to center, knees together, and slowly make your way towards the ground, rolling all the way down. Take a nice inhale here and just rest into our Shavasana, legs extended, just observing what's happening in the body. Finding that deep breath once more, really honoring what you've done in this time, in this space, and letting the body just kind of simmer in that yumminess, right? That nice release of tension that we had in our hips, letting that just absorb. Finding that connection to your breath. We'll stay here for just a few moments longer, taking a deep breath in, a deep breath out.